Hello and welcome. This is from the CBN. We bring to you weekly reports and expert analysis of the actions, policies, and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. I am William Isidada. Economic growth is an attribute of industrialization. The industrial sector has a capacity to contribute to the economy in major ways by creating jobs, stimulating the development of agriculture and the service sectors, increasing foreign exchange earnings, and improving the standard of living of the people, which explains why the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has intensified efforts to support agricultural productions and local manufacturing in the country. The CBN Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, over the weekend embarked on the facility tour of a major industry player at two different locations and across two states. We have details of the tour in today's package. Stay tuned, we'll be back shortly.
North, South, East or West, male or female, old school or millennial, rural or urban, the Naira is the same, and so is the e-Naira. The e-Naira is a legal tender issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria. So, let's embrace it. The e-Naira will foster financial inclusion, improve access to credit, facilitate cross-border remittances, and it's easier to transfer. E-Naira, same Naira, more possibilities. This message is from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN.
Welcome back. In an article of the African Development Bank titled Industrialize Africa, the high fives for transforming Africa. Africa is said to be at the bottom of the global value chain with its share of global manufacturing at around 1.9%. It states further that there is real opportunity for Africa to create jobs and promote inclusive economic transformation through domestic manufacturing and a commodity-based industrialization process, capitalizing on the continent's resources and opportunities presented by the changes in the structure of global production. Through its various policies and intervention initiatives, the Central Bank of Nigeria has demonstrated readiness to support any entity that will key into the transformation agenda of local production and employment generation. The latest demonstration of support was a visit of the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, and his team to the facilities of Tolaram Group of Companies in Edo and Lagos states last Saturday. The first leg of the facility tour took place in Odigi Village, Ovia, Northeast Local Government Area of Edo State, where the CBN governor was conducted around the oil palm, cassava and maize plantations of the Tolaram Group subsidiaries to inspect the current state of the project. The Edo State government had in 2017 partnered with the group in a deal that will see the government provide arable land for the cultivation of oil palm, cassava and maize to feed the processing plants of Tolaram subsidiaries and in turn bring $50 million worth of investment into the state and create about 50,000 jobs. Mr. Emefiele commended the government of Edo State for holding up its end of the bargain in making available land for cultivation, and the Tolaram Group for taking up the challenge of backward integration, calling on others to join the industrialization drive of the federal government.
You will recall that at the onset of the administration, we came because we saw some challenges about foreign exchange to import various items. We came up with initially 41 items that were put on FX restriction list, and it happened that palm oil happened to be one of those items that have been on the FX restriction list. But we're happy that we are where we are today. But first is to thank the Edo State government. About 3.5 years ago, we invited governors in the south and the southwestern part of the country to the Central Bank of Nigeria. And all of them made pledges about the size of land that they will make available for the backward integration program for palm oil, for cassava, as well as for maize. I thank Edo State government because, amongst others, they have come out very strongly to support this initiative. this area that we have gone through is almost about 12,000 hectares of land. They are out of almost about 100,000 hectares of land that the Edo State government promised to make available. I understand they have done close almost about 70,000 hectares so far. They started planting about 2.5 years ago, and you can see that some of them are almost about 2 meters high. We are expecting that the yield will begin to manifest sometime around 2023, but it will get to the real optimum level about 2025, and the rest of that's when the yield from the palms will really become really commercially useful for the company. And I think that the company, after they got the allocation of the land from the state government, they came in and they accessed our commercial agricultural credit facility, and close to almost about 15 billion has been accessed to them only on this aspect. They have other projects where some funds have also been given to them. But so that's why it's not about what the central bank has done. It's not about what federal government has done. But I think it's important that we thank those who have made this possible. That's why we'll continue to thank Edo State government, because this is important so as to encourage other state governors to also do the kind of thing that Governor Godwin Obaseki has done to support this initiative. I thank the company, the Insignia Group, the Indominidos Group, the Dufil Group, because they have been importing so many things. Either they import corn, we stopped them. They were importing palm oil, we stopped them. We say they must embrace a backward integration program. And they have done so out of a lot of determination. And I can tell you that to do this is a lot. It is a very painful process. Very painful when you call a company, you say, look, go back instead of importing palm oil, instead of importing maize, which you can easily do. That's what you're only meant to just produce. But you are forcing them to go into backward integration, that the palm oil they need to produce Indomie noodles, they should produce it locally. That the maize that they need for their other product, they must produce it locally. That is a lot of work that we place on them. And so I want to thank them for supporting us. But the point is this: Nigeria is capable of doing it. We can see that we are capable of doing it. We've driven around this plantation, and we need to see how others can be encouraged. Today, because of global challenges, price of food has gone up globally by at least almost about 25 to 30%. And what if, that's what I keep asking myself, what if we did not embark on what we're doing? Is it in rice? Is it in maize? Is it in palm oil? What would we be saying? This may look like a child's play to you today, but again, by the special grace of God, in another 12 months, we'll be here again so that we can see the success that has come out of this. That is our promise, and I think we will continue to do this because we believe the country has potentials. We need to get our people gainfully employed. You can see some of the young people that are gainfully employed. We create employment. We improve on domestic GDP. The companies will make profit themselves, and that is how we see prosperity in our country. So that's all we're here for.
Nigeria is a rich nation of green land, rich resources, countless crops and commodities sufficient to feed and provide a means of livelihood for her teeming population. Chin up, Nigeria, the giant of Africa. Exciting times are here. We can be self-reliant and grow our economy if we work together to explore our potential. It takes a whole nation. Let us get involved. Buy Nigerian to grow Nigeria.
Thanks for staying tuned. And if you're just joining us, you're watching from the CBN, a weekly program that brings to you reports and expert analysis of the actions, policies, and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. Before the break, we told you about the CBN Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele's visit to the plantations of Tolerant Group subsidiaries in Edo State, and the second leg of the tour took place at the Lagos Free Zone, Ibejuleki, Lagos State. The Lagos Free Zone project started 15 years ago and covers a total land mass of 850 hectares, with 300 hectares constituting 35% of the zone to be fully developed by the end of year 2024 in the first phase of its development plan. Prominent brands within the Lagos Free Zone include Kellogg's, Ala, CMA CGM, Stanbic IBTC Bank, Sana Group, Indofood, Tolaram, and more, having total investment commitment of over $2 billion so far and $6 billion more investments expected in the next 10 years. The completed and functional facilities in the first phase of the Lagos Free Zone Development Plan include warehouse, standard industrial facility 1, truck park, fire station, medical facility, CNG, police station, central processing center, and a bank, while other facilities such as the Lekki Port is expected to be completed and operational by the fourth quarter of this year.
At the time when this whole project started, I did not believe he was serious about it, because at that time I think they were just, your office was at the current civic center. Correct. Where you were operating from at that time. And I had come then as Deputy Managing Director in Zenith Bank to market you and all that, and we were selling the whole idea of the debt conversion to us. Even at that time, you talked about how banks could come to Lekki Free Zone, and of course, why it was a little bit skeptical for me was that when some of my colleagues came to look at it, they didn't see anything then, and I was telling myself, how will this happen? How will this happen? But I feel happy today that after almost about 15 years, we are seeing what you have done in Nigeria. I want to thank you. It's not just about Lekki or Lagos Free Zone. We started off this morning at about 7 a.m. We went to Edo State, where you are building, or where you are developing a plantation, not just palm plantation. You have space for starch, right, cassava, and also for developing corn, which are essential raw materials that you need for your Indomie noodles business. That, for me, is even a very, very important one, because it's not just about saying you want to import flour, you want to import palm oil, you want to import cassava to produce Indomie noodles. But we compelled you to say you must do backward integration. You must begin to develop plantation business where you can have your palm oil. You can also develop your own cassava plantation where you will have cassava that you add as one of the byproducts for your Indomie noodles, and also corn, which you need for your Kellogg's and cornflakes and the rest of them. So I must say that even from the presentation that has been made, you have clearly demonstrated with 19 factories in Nigeria that you are the largest. Let me say one of the largest manufacturing entities in Nigeria today. So I want to thank you for what you have done. And that is the reason at every opportunity that I have inspecting projects of this nature, I've never missed words in saying that these are the kind of industrialists that really need our support, and we would not rest on our hours to the extent that we must make sure that whatever you need from my side, whether you need Naira loans through our interventions, or you need dollars to import your equipment and plants and the rest of them, we will continue to accord you priority to ensure that you get what you need, because we know that in giving you those kind of supports, these are all meant to help grow our economy, create jobs for our people, and develop Nigeria not only in import substitution, but effectively with your free trade zone, you will be operating as a company that can work with industries, well-known industries in Nigeria, where you can produce in Nigeria and indeed now begin to export to not only West Africa but also Africa or even outside Africa, and therefore carrying the flag of Nigeria as this is a country that can produce goods that can be consumed not just in Nigeria but also outside Nigeria. Now, we've gone through this 850-hectare project, which I understand so far has cost you about $2 billion. That is a lot of money. There are so many, and I use the word, foreign businesses, businessmen. All they do is come, do business, and pack the money abroad. So what you have done is you come, you make the money, and you continue to sow your seed in Nigeria. So you are just one of those rare foreign companies that we really want to really thank for your faith in Nigeria. And I would say that in my capacity as the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, I will do everything possible to support whatever you need, because we know that in giving you those support, what you do is that you help to grow the Nigerian economy, you help to create jobs for our people, and you help to make life meaningful for our people. Ladies and gentlemen, the press, you are here, and I'm sure you went around with us. You saw the entire fabric of what is happening in this zone. It has a port, and I'm sure you all know that one of the biggest problems in Nigeria today is congestion at Apapa and Tinkan Island port. We have been crying about what needs to be done to decongest Apapa and Tinkan Island. In fact, it got to a point where Mr. President gave a mandate that it must be cleared. But because of certain structural problems in that Apapa and Tinkan area, we have not been able to clear those congestion. So it really, that we are seeing that the Lagos port, your port, right? Your port operation in conjunction with the China harbor, right? Will be commencing operation sometime around September this year, is something that gladdens our heart, because it will help to totally decongest the problems that we have in Apapa and Tinkan, which are really at the center of Lagos. And we have been clamoring that there is need for us to have more ports where goods can come in easily and go, and then export can also go out easily without any hindrance, in line with the way it's done in different parts of the world. And seeing what I have seen today about your port operation that is about to commence in September, I'm truly salivating to see that this starts as quickly as possible.
Responding to the prayers of the companies situated at the Lagos Free Zone, the CBN governor promised that the new infrastructure company, Infraco, chaired by the bank, will look into their challenges and provide long-term solutions.
Now, the big issue again here is evacuating the cargo out of the port area. That's another prayer you were talking about. And I saw the map, and I believe we should be able to work with Infraco is chaired by the Central Bank of Nigeria. We are currently in a drive to raise almost about 15 trillion naira to fund infrastructure. So since what you're talking about evacuating cargo out of here is about infrastructure, road infrastructure, I will be engaging with the Lagos State government as well as Federal Ministry of Works to see how Infraco can, because I know what will be the big challenge in their mind will be funding challenges for those roads infrastructure. And I believe with Infraco, it should be one of those that we can work with not only Lagos State government, but also the federal government through Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, about how we can provide some kind of road infrastructure, even if it's under a tolling arrangement, whether it's under some kind of build, operate, and transfer arrangement, where the builders or those who fund the financiers of the road can recover their investments and maybe later hand it over to the government. But the important thing is that to make this really a viable proposition, together with the Dangote refinery that is about to take off again later this year, it is not possible for us to operate with just only the existing road here. Evacuation will be there. Life is already very difficult, I know, for people living along the Lagos Island and Lekki corridor, and I know with this it's going to be terrible and by much worse. And that's why Infraco will be working with, we'll be discussing with the Lagos State government and the federal government through Federal Ministry of Works and Housing as to what can be done to really resolve the problem of evacuation along this corridor. I, as a person, I do not like the idea of road tax credit. I'm not going to hide my feelings about it, because when government when government goes for tax, you call it road tax credit, right? What it does is that it's like mortgaging government revenue for the future into tax. We would like to think of other brilliant financing options that can make this infrastructure possible, while at the same time it does not deprive government of its potential and future revenue streams that it needs to run the business of government. We would seek to also work with them, the Lagos Free Zone, to see how export, we are going to have dedicated export that will make it easy for goods to be exported out of this port. That is a very, very essential thing that we need to deal with, because, and again, talking in a very selfish mode, we need a foreign exchange. If we export, we earn foreign exchange. And I am going to be totally committed working with them to ensure that we designate the Lagos Free Zone as an export zone, export port, where containers can go out as they are coming in with luggage or with their consignments. They should have things to export out of Nigeria through Lagos Free Zone. And I think it will help also improve the revenue, not only for them, but also for Nigeria, but for me as Central Bank. It will boost foreign exchange earnings through exports and will ultimately get to help the country. Do you count how much, again, you have access to DCRR? Certainly over, at least, I would say at least 100 billion naira has gone easily from central bank intervention under the DCRR or through the commercial agricultural credit loans to the Tolerant Group. Don't forget, this is a project about $2 billion. $2 billion, how much is that? Almost 1 trillion naira. And we have done about 100 billion, which is just about 10%. So you can see, at least we sow the seed as well. And we're also giving support through making foreign exchange available for them to bring in the equipment that they need to get these port operations to work well. So those are the things we will continue to do to support any business entrepreneur that wishes to do business in Nigeria. We provide both Naira funding, and we will also always advise that, particularly if your revenue stream is in Naira, I will not advise that you go and be taking dollar loans. Come in and take cheap Naira loan, 10 years loan, with 2 years moratorium, at single-digit interest or maximum 9%. I don't think that you would ever find this again. This is a good one that you can always encourage people to take advantage of, because it's available, and this is what will help to drive industrialization for Nigeria. It will help to really get our manufacturing businesses back alive again. That is because in a businessman will tell you that if he wants to do business, why would he go and take a loan at 21% or 30%? He will not make profit. But if he sees the possibility of accessing a loan at single-digit interest rate, naturally he will say he can now make a bold move to really set up that business, because he knows that the cost of finance is quite moderate and the rest of them. So those are the kind of things from our side we will continue to do to support not only the likes of the Tolerant Group or the Dangotes or the Boas, anybody you mean well, you want to do business, we will give you all the support that you need.
Oh, I see. Just hold on. In that case, let me call out my PIN. It is 41.
Uncle, please stop.
Stop what?
You're giving someone else your personal identification number PIN?
Not someone else. It's from my bank.
Please hang up, Uncle. That's a fraudster.
That's not true. But they call out my full name. I am sure this is from my bank.
Uncle, No bank is ever going to call you to ask for your personal identification number, PIN, your mobile banking password, or your card verification code, CVC.
But it sounded so genuine.
Yes, hackers and fraudsters always sound genuine. But please, uncle, don't fall for their bait. Don't respond to any phony emails, text message, SMS, and don't click on any link you're not sure of.
Even if they call your date of birth or your BVN, don't give them your security details.
If you suspect any issue with your account, please go to your bank.
Oh, I see.
This message is from the Central Bank of Nigeria.
We will continue to bring you updates on the activities and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria for the prosperity of all citizens. But for now, it's a wrap from the CBN this week. Report unresolved banking issues to the CBN Consumer Protection Department through the email address cpd@cbn.gov.ng with relevant documents. Call the CBN contact center using the phone line +234 700 2255 226. Local codes may apply. Send your inquiries and comments to the dedicated email address from the cbn@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter for updates and uploaded episodes of the program. We invite you to join us again next time. I am Uliye Misidada. Stay safe and bye for now.